Where have I been? I don't know. I've been in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, actually. The town that made the Faustian deal to sell its soul and turn itself into a theme park in exchange for the big, fat, greasy wads of tourist money that would pump into their economy. And that's what they've done. And I don't have any problem with that, by the way. I'm not judging here. I'm just stating a fact. This is a town that has turned itself into a giant tourist attraction. It's got... Well, first of all, it's got like all of the big restaurants, the big chain restaurants that pop up in every tourist, part of the country. Like you go to Orlando, Florida, or any place or New Orleans, where I used to live or live next to. You go to any place like that where they're Las Vegas. That's another big one. Any place where it's just a lot of tourists. Any place like that. Certain restaurants and chains thrive on that shit. Like Bubba Gump's. That's the fucking shrimp corporation, the shrimp restaurant that fucking got its name from the Bubba Gump Shrimp Corporation from fucking Forrest Gump. Okay? And they fucking come by and like ask you questions about the movie and shit. But they got some good ass shrimp there, man. I love the Shrimper's Heaven. It's like they give you these fucking big cones full of different kind of shrimp. They got coconut shrimp, which is fucking awesome. And then they got, I think, the cocktail shrimp. And then they got the tempura shrimp, which the tempura shrimp I didn't like at first, but, now I like it. They got one of those in Gatlinburg. They got like a fucking wax museum. They got like hillbilly dinner theater. They have like a place where you go and you eat and you watch men with axes chop things. Yeah. It's that kind of place, yo. So it's like the redneck paradise of the world, basically. This is where like the population of Gatlinburg. I don't know what their population is when they're not full of tourists. Probably, whatever. Who knows? I don't really know. I'm not even going to venture a guess. But the population of Gatlinburg at any given time with the tourists there is like 90% rednecks, 8% Indians for some reason, and then black people. Like a few black people here and there. Just like enough to be startled every time you see, like few enough to be startled every time you see them. Like, oh yeah, shit, black people. Because, like, sometimes you're walking through Gatlinburg and you see all these fucking rednecks and shit, and you, like, the rebel flags and the fucking sleeveless shirts and all that, and it's like you just look at that and you think to yourself, like, are these people going to form a lynch mob in a second? And then you see some black people just walking around and no one gives a shit, and you're like, oh, I guess not. And the Indians, and even a few Muslims. Surprisingly enough, I did see a few Muslims there. But you know what? Whenever I saw a Muslim, I noticed everyone was looking at the Muslims. Like, if I was Muslim, I would not go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The reason I went this time is because my stepfather, who is a redneck, is it was Father's Day. It was Father's Day. He was a good stepfather for the most part. So I went and visited, and man, I think I figured something out about America. Every American should go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee at one point, because it'll teach you how American you are. Because the longer you can be happy in Gatlinburg, I think the more truly American you are, down in like the core of you. And I found enough to entertain me in Gatlinburg for maybe a day and a half. So that means that means I have a little bit of the American spirit within me, but for the most part, I reject what America is and has become. Here's the two things I saw in Gatlinburg that are indelibly etched into my mind forever. There's this thing called Gatlinburg, where you get in this fucking thing, like a big bus thingamajig, and you go up a wire. It's like a ski lift, but with a big fucking thingamajig that holds a bunch of people. No idea what the fuck it's called, obviously. I guess a train car. I mean, it's not a train. I don't know what it fucking. It doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter what it's called. I'll never ride one again in my fucking life anyway. At least not most likely. So, they got that, and then in the station for that, there's a place, a store that sells fudge, and there's a window. There's the room where the fudge is being made. It's all there's windows so that you can see it as you walk by in the terminal area with all of the little shops. You can look into the window. You can see the fudge being made. There was a woman who weighed at least 450 pounds with white hair, who had these like spandexy pants on and this shirt that looked like it was kind of too small, just kind of straining to fucking keep itself around her massive girth. And she is in a motorized wheelchair thingamajig, you know, the kind of fucking obnoxious thing that you see people who obviously don't need them using in stores sometimes. Well, this bitch was in one of those. And she's staring through the window at the fudge. Just like this look on her face. I can't do it because I'm not her. But imagine her. In your mind, make me her. Give me the white curls. Give me the huge, massive body. Give me the posture like... Imagine me as that woman in her fucking late 50s, maybe 60s, maybe... I don't even know, maybe 70s. I don't fucking know. She was just an old woman. And the look on her face was like this as she's watching the fudge. So, that's one indelible memory of Gatlinburg. Indelible memory of Gatlinburg number 2 also involves a fat woman. This one was a little younger. She had dark hair, and she was also wearing clothes that were a little bit too small for her. And on Gatlinburg's main strip, where they have all the restaurants and the stores and attractions and all that stuff, they have a fucking animatronic thing of a horse riding a cowboy, and across from it there's a bench where you can sit. I guess if you just are so amused by it that you just want to park your ass and stare for a while. And I guess this woman did want to do that, or at least, she probably just wanted to sit down and got more than she bargained for because she was looking at it like this. Indelible. That's with me till I die. That might be my last thought ever in this world. Alright, I might be on my deathbed just reminiscing about life And I think about, hey, remember that one time that woman was staring like at the horse riding the cowboy in Gatlinburg, and then that could be my final fucking memory of life. That's Gatlinburg, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? It's not all that bad. It's not a bad place. There's a lot to do there, you know? You can go hiking. I'm just not much of a hiker, you know? Hiking to me is like I'm gonna walk from my car to the hotel. That to me is the hike I want to take on vacation. You know, like a hike is if the most hiking I'm really willing to do on a vacation is if I'm going to like Disney World or something and we're gonna fucking walk the fucking big theme parks. I'll do that. You know, I'm gonna go to Epcot. I'm gonna go to the fucking little French cafe or whatever the fuck it's called. The, you know, little French place in fucking Epcot or something. You know, and I gotta walk around this big stupid fucking pond through all these phony baloney countries. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll do it. You know, I don't like walking that much, but I'll do it. And the strange thing about that is, I don't like continuous forward momentum, but I do love to pace. If I can get a good place to just walk back and forth and like think things out in my head, I love that. But continuous forward momentum where I just get further and further away from where I started, that bothers me. Go fucking figure. What else they got in Gatlinburg? They have an aquarium. I went to the aquarium. I saw the sharks. I'm a fan of sharks. You know, when I go to some place like an aquarium, I really want to be more appreciative of fucking the fish than I am. Like, I want to look at the fish and think, like, and really fucking understand it, you know? I'm not talking about the fucking thoughts and feelings of the fish. I know that would be fucking loopy, corny bullshit. What I'm talking about is just evolutionarily, just really get a fucking idea of what the fish is in a very clinical sense, like the way the old school scientists did it, by just fucking observing patterns of behavior. You know, that's what I want to do at the fucking aquarium. But everything about the place is just like, okay, yeah, you've seen the fucking fish, move along. You know, I like an aquarium where they got fucking every exhibit has a bench for the people who just want to park their ass and stare at the fish for a while. But you know, it's just like you're just like an assembly line. Fucking the part with the sharks, they even have a fucking conveyor, you know? So get on the fucking conveyor. We will decide the pace at which you go through this exhibit, you fuck. You know? What if I want to stay and watch the fucking sharks? But it doesn't matter anyway, because you know what? As much as I want to have that feeling, I never fucking get it. Because, you know, I watched like a David Attenborough special, and and you know, one about like fish or something. I think they have one called Blue Planet, where it's all about, you know, sea life. And then you learn about the interesting behaviors of the fish, because someone else has sat there and watched the fucking fish and documented its behavior, and now they're showing you the interesting bits. They don't show you the mindless bits where the fish is just kind of fucking swimming around mindlessly like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm a fucking fish swimming over here. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, swim over here now. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, swim over here now. What's over here now? Nothing. Okay. That's a fucking fish. That is how every fucking fish behaves in the fucking aquarium. You know, I'm sure, you know, you get to watch them over a long duration of time. You'll see all kinds of different behaviors, but for the most part, that's how the fucking fish behave, you know, on a superficial level. And it's just not that fucking interesting. So once you've seen I went up to I'm going off on different tangents here. I went up to the top of I went on that Ober Gatlinburg thing, the stupid thing I can't fucking figure out what I should call it. It goes up a wire. It's a bunch of people get in it. It's shaped like a bus. It goes up a wire just like a ski lift. I don't know what it's called, but I was in that. I went up there, and then once you're up there, you could take a ski lift to go even further. So I got on the ski lift, and I was on the peak of one of the Smoky Mountains. And I'm like, wow, these, mountains, motherfucker, created by fucking huge geological forces and shit. I should be really fucking into this. I should be like, wow, look at the fucking splendor of nature. This is amazing. But instead, I'm just like, people are like, oh, look at that beautiful view of the fucking Smoky Mountain Range. And you're just like, yeah, well, it's a mountain. I knew mountains existed before I fucking saw it. Isn't like I see a mountain. I've seen mountains on TV. I've seen mountains in fucking movies. Seeing it with my own eyes. Like, I feel like it should be profoundly different to me. But it's just not. I just don't feel it. I look at the fucking Smoky Mountains and I'm like, they look interesting. But it's like, how long do you sit and fucking stare at the mountains? Maybe... I just wish... I know some people, they're like that. They have that inner calm, where they can just admire something beautiful for a while. Just look at it and be like, wow. Just take it in. Just drink it in. Just let it fill their perception. I'm just not like that, though, I look at the mountain, I'm like, okay, that's fucking cool. Whatever. What else is going on? What else is going on? That's Gatlinburg, fucking Tennessee. It should be the new capital of America. It's the most American place I can think of.